the Spy Television, the Spy Uganda. My name is Andrew Irumba Katusebe, your speaker. And this is a one-on-one with Andrew Irumba Live. I'm in Fort Portal town, Tourism City, and I'm meeting Mr. Eric Oteba. Eric Oteba is the Programs Manager, Food Systems and Nutrition at KRC Uganda. KRC Uganda. And we want to talk about IYCF. Mr. Eric, what is IYCF?
Thank you so much, Andrew. IYCF is an abbreviation for infant and young child feeding.
Infant and young child feeding.
Yes. Huh? So ideally, we are looking at the recommendations of things that we need to do right, okay, among the infants and our young children. And this is basically from 0, okay, age to 2 years of age for 24 months.
So 0 age, do you also count the time when this fetus is in her mother's womb?
Or not really. Now the child has been born.
The child has been born and he has, now that child has 0 day.
0 day, but maybe minutes, seconds or hours.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Up to 24
hours
or 2 years. Yes.
Okay.
So that period. Yeah. So when a child has been born, in most cases, the mother is of course tired. Okay. Yeah, but there's a recommendation that we create some bonding, okay, between the mother and the child. So in most cases, it's advised that the child is put to lie on the mother's chest, okay? So that
you are bonding,
kind of bonding also. You know that okay, this is my mother. This is
so that is also important.
It's very important.
Hey.
Yes, very important. Now, there's what we call the first 1 hour of breastfeeding. Okay. Now that first milk, we know it as colostrum. That yellow milk. It's very important. It has antibodies. It actually provides the child with a lot. Okay. The body, as far as growth, that first growth and development, is important. Now, a child within that first 1 hour of birth doesn't have to miss out on the colostrum. That is why it's advisable that the mother should breastfeed her child within the first 1 hour of birth. Okay, very important. Now, most of the mothers in our region, of course Uganda at large, pour away that milk. They say it is dirty milk, but they forget that it's actually very nutritious.
Hey.
Very nutritious, and the child should never miss
that milk.
Yes. Recently, I had a colleague who, when she gave birth, she took long to start the milk to start. Okay, and she was worried that actually her child was going to miss out on the colostrum, because eventually it came after some time. Now, that first 1 hour of birth is important. I mean, first 1 hour of birth, the breastfeeding aspect is very important. Of course, sometimes mothers are tired, but we encourage them.
Sometimes the child has been taken to an incubator,
depending on how probably the birth has been. Now, these days, there is also another component or recommendation that has been introduced. The first 2 days of birth, there should be exclusive breastfeeding. Feeding only in the first 2 days. Initially, that one was not there.
And that must be breast milk.
Breast milk.
2 days.
2 days.
Why?
2 days. Now, the policy makers, but also people, nurses and all that, realize that children are actually missing out on this very first milk, these first days. Okay. Now it is now a policy issue. Okay.
The first 2 days the child must suckle.
Because we are looking at policies or recommendations that are under the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health developed what we call the infant and young child feeding recommendations or policies. If you take it, there is actually a national infant and young child feeding counseling card, which has all the recommendations that we need to do from the time the child has been conceived, they have come out up to when they make 2 years and even more. Recommendations, step by step. So now, after the 2 hours, the 2 days of exclusive breastfeeding, for every child under 6 months, from 0 to 6 months, it is encouraged that we again do exclusive breastfeeding. Only breast milk, because it is a fact that breast milk actually contains all the nutrients.
All of those that we've been talking about.
Yes.
From different food stuff. Breast milk has
In
it.
breast milk.
Hey.
That is why if some children or some mothers that are not able to breastfeed, okay, within those 6 months, their children are more likely to suffer from certain illnesses like pneumonia. They're going to be prone to diarrhea. Why? Because the breast milk that they have missed out has antibodies that actually fight it. It is breast milk to the right temperature. You don't need to cook, okay? So it is healthy. It is nutritious, like we mentioned, has all the food, okay? So you can see how important breast milk is.
Becomes so important.
Yes. Now also, we do not encourage, mixing with other food if the child is within 6 months, okay?
6 months?
In 6 months of growth, yes. From 0 to 6 months, it is only entirely breast milk.
6 months?
Yes.
That is too much.
It's a lot, but it's actually a
You mean from 0 to 6 months, my child should only depend on breast milk?
Yes. Unless otherwise, okay? If other complications
because at 6 months the child has even started eating something.
Now
they grind the Irish soft
when
things,
they
milk.
make 6 months, because we are looking at 6 completed months. Now when they make 6 months, it means they are not going to be able to depend on only breast milk. Okay. Now their bodies are growing. They now need
other
food complements. But the breast milk is still priority. Now, child has made 6 months. First thing you're going to do is breastfeed, then feed on the other family foods. But remember now, the preparation of the family foods is what matters. It differs from a child that has just made 6 months and a child that is probably 1 year or 2 years. If you look at a child that has just made 6 months and maybe a few weeks, the stomach or the digestive system has not developed that well, okay? It's not as strong as such. So we are going to start with soft foods, okay? Mashed foods. Mashed foods, but again, from different sources. A combination of food from all the 3 major food groups. The way we prepare them is what matters. We do not have to lose nutrients, okay, from this food, but also we need to make it in a way that the child can easily consume. It could be mashed food, okay. If you look at porridge, for example, even the porridge actually makes milk, okay. Have the porridge there, which is maybe comprising flour, millet flour or porridge, okay. Have some milk. If there's no milk, maybe have an egg or crushed what is this muken, silverfish, have it in there. Growing up, my mom used to feed us more on maize flour, which is mixed with soya. Yes, very, very nutritious. Okay, but we do not forget to
I think that's why you're taller than me.
Okay, I don't think. but at the end of the day, it's really nutritious. Yes. Now the porridge, if it's porridge, we have to have that complete kind of food. If it's maybe any other food that the family is eating, a child is not going to eat a whole cassava the way it is, or a potato, or a matoke. We need to mash for them, but we have to emphasize on the diversity. Now, when we are looking at children, we want them to have colorful, what we call a colorful plate, okay? A plate that is colored. Should see some green there, should see some purple, okay? Should see some brown. So the food is colored. When food is colored, it means it's from different food sources. You get it? Yeah, so there are principles that we look at. We are looking at frequency now, okay? Look at frequency. Child that has made 6 months should be eating 3 times a day. 3 meals a day. Each meal has to be diverse in nature, have food from all the different food groups. Yes, the energy giving, the body building, and the protective. Okay? Now, it is also advised that they can have a snack somewhere there. Okay?
The evening there for supper. And so their stomach can crush food very fast, so you give something small.
Could be a banana. Actually, as they grow, okay? Now, maybe they make 1 year, for instance, could actually introduce even 2 snacks, okay? In the 3 meals you get. Eating 3 meals, and they are also able to eat a mango there, somewhere there, able to eat a banana somewhere there, okay? So, but the most important aspect before the complementary feeding is actually the breastfeeding. So breastfeed, they call it breastfeeding on demand. Every time the child needs to breastfeed.
Breastfeeding is on demand.
On demand. Okay. So even
other things are supplementary, but breastfeeding
are complementary actually to supplement. But breastfeeding first. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Comrade Eric. IYCF.
Yes.
You said it is
infant,
young child feeding.
Yes.
And you say the Ministry of Health actually has given guidelines on how a mother or a parent must feed their children from 0 age to
2 years.
2 years. Yes. Thank you so much. This is one-on-one with Andrew Rumba Live, and this is KRC. I've been talking to Mr. Eric here, Oteba from KRC. See you.